We're live and it looks good.
Okay. Going over here where the comments are. There's that. Let's see.
Y'all good?
Who? What?
You, are you all good?
Yeah, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
And that's always a good sign, right?
Yeah. At the start of a live? Yeah. Okay. Do whatever makes you happy. All right. I think we're the only people here.
Possibly. Maybe we're just not that exciting.
I don't know. I mean, I know I'm exciting, but you know.
Wow. Wow. I don't feel thrown under the bus at all.
Not at all?
No.
Yeah. Carla!
Carla! I need a black pen. That's not going to work. So who's having fun? Who's having fun right now?
Me. Rebecca!
Hey, Rebecca. Carla!
Hello, kitty. Food dude's coming. He's bringing us pizza.
How do you spell counselor?
COUNSELOR.
ES?
Yes, ma'am.
Shit.
Hello, Mari.
How you doing, Miss Mari?
I need to order new magnets.
What kind of magnets?
For my dyes. Eyes running low.
They're sheets?
Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. And Carla wishes everybody a Happy New Year. Shouldn't y'all be naked all the time?
Our girl likes to be naked all the time, naked all the time, naked all the time.
I don't think she wears shorts. I don't think she wears any shorts. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more.
You know, the house phone is saying no line.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while.
Huh.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. So in the whole, like, I don't know, 12 or 15 hours since we saw you last, how are you ladies doing?
Jeez. Right?
I'm tired. I
Here.
ran ragged.
That's your own choice, Mike. You do that to yourself.
I had to fix things.
You were Mr. Fix-It today.
Yeah. You know that eave overhang on the side of the house by the bay window?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cleaned up there. Fixed the shingles.
Oh, you a roof man.
Yeah, roofing, yay. Up a ladder.
Roofing's scary. I would fall off.
Hi, Carla, Mari, everyone else.
Carla says she's been chilly.
Hi, Carla. Hi, Mari. Hi, ladies.
Happy New Year.
Same.
You got a lot of die cuts there. Or dies,
Dies.
not die cuts.
Not die cuts. Dies.
Dies.
The high was 31, but with wind chill it was 12. Ew.
Oh!
I believe Mike was outside today in shorts.
And t-shirt. Up a ladder.
Let me look at my phone and see what the temperature is.
The back door says it's 50.
Yeah, but I wanted to see what it was earlier today, like during the day.
61, 62.
So Canadian summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Buffalo summer.
Yeah.
That's why I was in t-shirts and shorts.
Carla says, Sasha! And Mari says, hi, Sandy.
Hi.
I don't remember if I bought this dye for me or if I bought it for someone else.
What is it?
This one?
What does it make? I don't understand what it makes.
It makes like little tags.
Tiny tags? I believe
Yeah,
you
like-
might have bought. I
like
believe you might have
banner.
bought that for someone else.
Like
Okay.
that. And then the colors come in.
Now I know I bought this one for me because I bought two of them.
And then grab all to here, which will come across to here. And then-
It's Mari says it's 52, but it was warmer earlier.
But it's done. And yeah.
Warmer. It was warmish.
Yeah.
It was warm adjacent.
Warm adjacent.
Canada has a desert. It hit triple digits in Celsius. It's just like double digits.
Okay.
Well, they think we're heathens and backwards because we don't. I think we're one of the few countries that does not do Celsius. We won't do the metric system and fuck Celsius. I don't know why we're like that, but we are like that.
Hey, Amy,
Yes.
my dividers are done
Yay!
for the fishy tank.
That's much safer than being on the roof.
And the tank stand has its first coat.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I saw it out there in the backyard. Brooding. It's back there brooding.
It is. It's yelling at me. It wants hardware.
I'm unpainted.
Doors put on.
I'm dark and moody and I'm unfinished.
Right? That's what it is. Brooding over there in the corner of the yard.
Els, Rebecca wants to know where you get your dyes from.
Yeah. From Timu. From Timu.
Carla says there are 12 countries in the world that resist meth trips.
Hi, the food dude's here.
Awesome. Hi. Good. You.
Food dude's here.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza.
I can blame Jimmy Carter for that. Is he the one that said no? Okay. 1. Shit, there are 13. I'm sure the name is a girl or a boy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pizza.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Are you mumbling to yourself?
5, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm short a girl's name. Guess he really didn't. Who likes math? Well, I know there are people out there that do, and good for them because they're doing important jobs, you know, that involve mathing and physics and rocket ships and building things. But I'm not in that group.
Wow. You're really tempted to death, aren't you?
What?
That half olives on it.
Yeah, well, I split my pizza with her, and that's what she wants.
Good.
So I take a Benadryl and eat my pizza.
Oh my gosh!
Well, it looks like they did a decent job.
Why did you say something? It was on the mushrooms and onions, or the onions and mushrooms. Oh, I know. Get a plate and everything.
I am on top of it.
I'm gonna have to cut this one apart.
It's so crusty. Oh, we gotta take that though. I need
Yeah.
to pull this apart.
She just got up and walked away from her live stream.
Pizza's not gonna walk into my room for me.
Not only that, there's a microphone in here. Everyone can hear her.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
pizza.
Ooh,
Pizza.
You're welcome.
All right. It's so cheesy.
Textures. Shapes. Holiday.
Cheesy.
Ugh. Yep, I'm gonna have to cut this one up.
Marla or Trisha? We'll go with Trisha.
Sure, kill my mother.
I didn't say Patricia. Mm-hmm.
What is everybody doing for the new year? Like, has anybody made any New Year's resolutions?
I have 24 of 24.
Yeah, well, where you want it.
Oh, my friend mail. Right here, Charlie Brown.
There's that. Do you need any sauces? Did you get sauces? I didn't even look.
I got ranch.
Okay, so you're good then.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I checked the best I could for any olives. You should be all right.
I stole them. They weren't on her pizza. I cut it away.
Carla's doing laundry.
Yay, laundry!
Laundry is like a party that never ends that you didn't want to go to in the first place.
I know.
As soon as you're doing it, while you're doing it, you got dirty clothes on.
Right? I do mine late at night so I can put on my nightgown. Now all my clothes are in the washer. Always managed to miss a sock though. You little bastard.
One sock.
If after everything's cleaned and folded, you're like, what's that over there? Oh no. You do it in the bathtub. Carla's old school.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Do you remember those little magnet picture frames I got?
Mm-hmm.
I stripped everything off of them so I could take the magnet strips.
Mm-hmm.
So I could use the magnets because I'm cheap.
Right? Oh, that's the whole point. Do we have any marinara?
I don't think so.
No, bummer. Boo. It vibrates the floor.
Oh.
Oh,
But they're sticky on one side.
well, put something decorative on the other side. Some little strips of leftover paper or fabric.
I just usually just adhere them down to a piece of paper and just put it in. But I always end up with a half a strip.
A half a strip of what?
Of the magnets. Because
Oh.
to put them in the book, it's like a strip and a half.
Oh. Oh, so in the cast iron tub, there's no vibrations. Thus, no neighbors complaining or kitties freaking out.
So what are you doing?
Stuffing food in my face.
In the book. In the book.
Oh. On this page right here with the faces,
Uh-huh.
that's 13 people. So I'm thinking up names and reasons why I killed them.
Because it was Tuesday?
As a serial killer, I do have some scruples.
Oh, okay.
Cole sleeps on the laundry as it's going. So I have the names picked out. I just need two more. One, I think. What? Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 11, 12. I need one more. Never mind. I got it. He's hardcore. I guess so. That Coley, he's a badass.
Okay. So I put the dyes away. Now I don't know what to do with myself.
Murder. Or eat pizza.
I am eating pizza.
Mm.
So I went through fabric today, and Amy sat here going, "Oh my God!" Every time I pulled out another set.
You people do not understand how much fabric this woman owns. Not that I don't own a ridiculous amount myself.
Well, I have 6 rolled bolts sitting out in the garage. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
That I am giving to my son-in-law for his Renaissance group. If anybody needs the, clothing or covered tents and stuff, because you can use regular tents at the Ren Fair, but you have to cover them with fabric.
And a bolt would do that.
So I'm giving him those. And then I had a bunch of upholstery fabrics and stuff left over. And nobody wanted them, so I donated them.
I stole some of them.
She stole some of them.
Couldn't help myself.
And then
Ginger.
we
Ozzy. There you go.
I collected the
Go away.
6 bins of basically cotton fabric that's used for quilting.
And books.
And I pulled all of those into the house. And I went through it today. And I sorted it all into what I'm going to use to make quilts and what goes together. And then I put them all in bags and then put them on a shelf. So now I can just go out and grab a bag and bring it in and quilt.
Oh my God, the organization is killing me.
Well, no, I mean, 6 bins these were not small bins, Carla.
They were not small bins. They were big bins.
And I am not even through it all yet. I still have one big bin up on the top, one smaller. Well, it's not small. It's a Foot Locker bin on the shelf. So it's 36 inches long, 18 inches deep, and about 18 inches high. That is still full of quilt fabric that I haven't gone through.
I have, for the size of my room, a ridiculous amount of fabric. But she's
And
got me beat.
I have the big bin, one of those 55-gallon totes, the big ones, up on the shelf. I have to go through that. And then I still have 3 of...
I regret to inform you, no gills.
No gills?
No gills. I am trying, though.
I have 3 more Foot Lockers that are actually the big ones with the wheels on them. And they're about 4 feet long and about 2 feet tall and about 2 feet wide. I have 3 of those still that I have to go through as well.
I want to snoop through Carla's fabric. All right, scissors. Oh, fudgy pants.
Hey, Adria.
Hi, Adria. How you doing?
So the way that this works, Adria, is Amy is working on her serial killer journal, and in a little bit, I'll tell you the story of a serial killer.
And that's Murder Monday.
Yeah, and that's not, that fabric is not even including what I actually have in the house. Like I went yesterday.
Oh my God.
I don't buy just fabric, just quilt batting. I buy it by the roll.
It was as tall as me, maybe a little bit taller.
Because I go through it. If I'm quilting, I'm going to go through it. And since I'm going to be adding quilts on Etsy, and I haven't decided yet. Like, I want to open another shop, but it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Because then you got to run 2 shops and check 2 emails. And
yeah, I've got to have 2 emails. It's just.
She can use the same PayPal because she can add the second email to her PayPal. But it's twice as much stuff to keep track of. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you risk being late on an order because you forgot to check your email today on that second email account because you're not used to it yet and that sort of thing,
Plus, with my original store, I have, 5 years of history.
Yeah. So you can do like a mass mailing because they allow you to do that. Announcing now quilts or lapgans or whatever by your favorite, craft supplier or whatever you want to call it.
So I'm going to be adding.
And then when you add in stuffies, you could do the same thing. That way people know like your existing customer base knows you have something new to offer.
Right. So I'm going to be putting stuffies in.
I'm going to make all new stuffies.
Lap quilts, like 5 by 5 foot lap quilts. And I'm going to be putting in worry balls, damn it dolls, little fits, and a couple of other things.
I'm trying to talk her into making me a spider monster pillow.
Yes, I'm going to be putting in the monster head pillows.
I'm cute and you love me. Somebody has a birthday coming up.
Didn't I just give you your birthday present yesterday?
I can't have 2?
A huge box of matte print paper?
Thank you. It's ginormous paper, by the way.
Yes, I'm going to be putting in poppets. All that stuff. Yeah, it is cheaper. But the thing is that it's so hard to get. Like yesterday, the reason I went and left the house to go do it.
Yeah, because she's not due for another few days yet to go out of the house.
The only retion that I went was
It's
because
not
I tried to
time.
order it. I tried to order it online and they didn't have any. So I went to the local stores and
the only one in all of Las Vegas.
One roll in all of Las Vegas was all they had of the batting that I use. So
conveniently enough at our Joann's.
Yes. So we got there and she goes, "Are you going to be okay? Because I'm going to look at this thing." And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." And I beelined over there and I looked and there was one roll and it was way up on the top shelf, kind of pushed to the back. And I snatched it off of there and put it in the basket. And I come around the corner and she's like, "Oh my God."
I thought it was going to be some folded up, delicate, tiny thing. That shit's taller than me. And I could hug it.
And so we asked the lady, we were like, "Do you know if they've got any more of this? Because if I have to go out for it, I want to buy a couple of rolls at a time." And she goes, "Let me see." So she scans it. And she goes, "Well, there's 5 on order, but we haven't gotten any in since November."
But that probably means they're due soon.
Mm-hmm.
They may not drop ship or ship that until all of it's gone,
Yeah. So I have a roll. I have 2 actually, because I already had one. I had most of one. I used part of it on Will's quilt.
Do you like to keep 2 on hand?
If I'm going to be quilting, I want to have at least 1 full roll. So as soon as I cut into that full roll,
yeah,
I like to go get another one.
Okay. Well, hopefully they'll have that soon. Did you go on the website and see if you could add that for notifications when it comes in?
I can't.
No?
Nope.
That's a bummer. You'll have to check it every few days then. You don't want it to come in and miss your shot.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting out the names and the either jobs or crimes for why they had to die.
Of why they had to die.
Hmm.
Okay,
I am a serial killer.
you are.
Not all serial killers have a reason, but I do.
I've heard that you're a serial killer.
In my imagination, I don't have that kind of energy. Carla says it's actually cheaper too. Yes, I think it is. I think you're right.
Oh yeah. So, and then I ordered another table, another 6-foot table, because I really can't get down on my knees anymore to pin baste them. So I'm going to put 2 tables side by side in the living room when I'm at that point in the quilting process, so that Mike and I can just pin baste them and roll them up and move on to the next one. And we'll do like 2 or 3 at a time. But I went through, and when it was all said and done, I had 26 quilts that I can piece together. And what was it? 6 that I had that were, the tops were done.
Mm-hmm.
I had 6 tops done and 26
That you can
Set.
piece together to make a full.
that I can make more quilts out of.
Now, are these going to be full quilts or lap gans?
They're all going to be lap gans.
Okay, because you keep saying quilt.
Well,
Which
they
is
are
cool.
quilt.
Yeah, but they're quilted, but they're smaller than a full size.
Well, I'm going to do them at like 3x5 for babies, like for little kids. And then I'm going to do 5x5s for adults.
Carla says, I loathe basting. I use the canned basting glue.
I actually have the basting gun, Carla.
Is there any tool you don't have, really?
Yeah. I
So
do not
I'm-
have a quilting machine.
But you used to, right?
Long time ago.
I work any smaller and I'm going to need some tweezers. Shit. I just dropped some crimes on the floor.
That's a crime.
Bribery.
Yeah, I want another long arm quilter.
Are you looking to get it used or to buy a new one?
I'll probably buy it used. They're expensive as hell.
Like embroidery machines because they're specialty.
Yeah.
That shit's thousands of dollars on the damn good ones.
I love the things Mike has an opinion about.
I know.
He won't say anything for hours and then all of a sudden, that's too expensive.
I mean, holy hell, have you looked that shit up? Wow. They are smoking some serious crack.
No, because I don't have any plans to make quilts. It's not in my skill set. I want to make some art dolls and other
Excuse you. That was rude.
Carla says they're massive and
Expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, years ago when I had mine, I had it in its own room. I used to have a
That's why people have a sewing room, right? When they make quilts because
Yeah.
they need the space.
Yeah.
Unless
well, I used to have,
because even if you don't have a big machine, then you probably have a frame for quilting on, right?
yeah, my quilt, my craft room back in the day
Well,
was
drop more crimes or names. I don't know.
22 by 14. And it had 2 big walk-in closets.
Wow. And then I moved here and I stole the craft space she had. So
I know.
didn't really steal it. She gave it willingly, thinking I was going to be here temporarily. Ha 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 ha.
Here's the thing. I got to tell you, people.
What?
If that bitch ever moves out of my craft room, I can have it back.
Wow. Well, let me get right on that for you. You know, I'm on a 5-year plan, right? Unless people just want to start throwing money at me. We'll start the Els needs to get that bitch out of her house fund.
You think GoFundMe will take that?
They can just donate to me on Ko-Fi or through my PayPal me.
You know what'll happen.
PayPal will take a portion of it. Yeah, I know.
No, you'll get money and you'll think about it and then you'll go, oh hell no, I ain't moving. I got it too damn good here.
I do have it good here. However, I do not have enough space. And you want this space for you.
I'm working on space.
You are not going to pull room for a third table out of your butt.
Did you see how much space I created?
Yeah, by moving one bookcase.
Oh my God.
And you'll have more space over there once you get that new plastic shelving in there.
Yes.
We can stack the bodies 3 high. Well, now I know who is getting murdered. Wow. Nobody wants to donate to me, but they want to see you murder me. See, it is Murder Monday. And today we're plotting. Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Then you could sell on my paper and you could buy.
I'm medicated.
You're medicated. That doesn't stop you from wanting to kill everybody we meet on the street.
Well, that's because it's a don't kill Amy pill. Not a don't kill everybody pill.
I think it's supposed to be more generic than me, you know. I have dreams of moving to someplace, you know, with 50,000 people or less. Vegas has way more than that.
Oh shit, we have more than that on a Monday night and off season. Good night, Mari.
Good night, Mari. Have a good evening.
Sleep well, dear.
Thank you for spending time with us and our Murder Monday, where we actually are talking about quilting. Quilts of the dead. There you go.
Actually,
You can make a murder quilt, a murder memory quilt.
no, that pill does not apply to idiot strangers.
I think it's supposed to stop you from killing everybody.
No, it's my don't kill Amy pill.
Oh my God. I'm constantly having to tell her about paperwork. You don't want to do that. There's going to be paperwork involved.
Then she didn't let me get hit by a car yesterday.
And I didn't understand that
She does
if
now,
she's
though.
going to get run over by a car, I'm supposed to let it happen so she can get a paycheck.
Because that kind of paperwork I don't have a problem with.
I was like, I need better instructions than I've been given. Clearly, you left some information out.
All right.
And how am I going to explain that to Mike? She said I had to let her get hit, Mike. And he's going to be like, And then I'm going to be out of the house before I'm ready. You're supposed to be keeping her out of trouble.
Ready?
What?
Are you ever going to be ready?
I said I have a 5-year plan.
Why you want to leave me?
Oh my God, you psychotic woman.
You
Seriously?
walked right into that.
Now you made me forget. I lost my beans again. It's your fault.
It's probably a good idea if you lost your beans. You've been awful gassy lately.
Stop feeding me cabbage.
But you love the bacon and cabbage.
And the cabbage in the stir fry and just cabbage in general. Okay.
Happy New Year, B. Oh, yeah, I don't want to get hit by any random car. I want to get hit by like an expensive car.
Yeah, we don't want to get hit by a beater. We want to get hit by a beamer. Just saying. Woman's got priorities. Okay, what do I do with my ink pad? Ink pad, schmink pad. Where is my ink pad gone?
I don't know. What color is it?
Brown.
Oh.
You know I love brown ink.
Well, it's not on your desk because that's all black and white.
Well, I'm working on a theme here.
I'm putting you up full screen though because I got a step.
You got to stab it.
Step.
Wow, you can't even make it an hour?
I just ate.
Oh my God. I need to.
And I got 2 dogs sitting here looking at me like
When you going?
I'm Father Christmas or something.
Well, you are the giver of all the crusts. Carla has had many near misses by buses and cops. I've been almost mowed down by a bus a couple of times. Cars are not good for me. Crimes. Okay. I really need to find that ink pad. I put it in someplace safe yesterday. That was probably my first mistake. Pucky. Let's see. Oh, that might work some. Okay, we might use some of that. I don't know where my ink pad went. Let me get up and look.
Come on.
I'm always losing things.
Okay, come on. Get here. Come on. There you go.
Food. Hiccups. Ugh. All right, let me just find an ink pad. Going in for a new one. How many ink pads can you lose in one night? A lot. Okay. I have a new ink pad. I have Timber Brown. And I've lost my glasses.
And that's different how?
You already back?
Yeah, I just went out there because of her.
Okay. I think this one is a little dry. Maybe I'll spritz it with a little water and see what happens. Carla. She's still
You
pushing Happy New Year.
I know. You want to tell us something, Carla? Should we buy you a membership to a nudist colony?
We should never sneak up on your door.
Right? She's thinking of making a sandwich. Wait a minute. Didn't you say you cook in the nude?
I don't think this is brown. I think this has the wrong lid on it. This is some kind of blue color. All right, new ink pad. That Timber Brown is a lie. Let's try this one. Now I'm going to try potting soil. See if that works.
She's a closet nudist. In the
So
wash closet.
All the spiders are mortified.
Harry, could you please not eat my pizza?
No, that's a negative, Mama. I totally have to eat your pizza. I'm saving you from yourself. It's too many carbs.
You know what I don't like about setting up through StreamYard?
You can't give a notification in advance.
No, I can't take away that
Oh, you
instant.
can. You just have to go into your studio. Well, I'm not sure where you do it, but I know that Colleen, CK Art, they
Yeah.
took it off. So but I wasn't paying attention when they did it. I'm sorry. But I think she went into her studio while the StreamYard was going and edited it.
Edited it.
Edited it.
Edited
Edited it.
it.
You're making fun of me.
Hey, Steffi G.
Hi, Steffi. How you doing?
We're having some cat porn.
I'm not. She is.
All right, get down.
I'm murdering people.
Yes, she is. Actually, we're going to talk about today's serial killer. And today's serial killer, the reason we're going to talk about him is because he's in the news.
Oh, no.
He's locked up, but he is in the news again.
Oh, dear.
So we're going to talk about Gary Ridgway,
That's the
Green River Killer.
that's what I thought. I couldn't get it out of my mouth.
Don't look at me like that.
I look at you any way I want.
Not you.
He's wondering if it's treat o'clock. You know he is.
I know.
Where's my treats, woman?
I know. Yes, we're going to talk about Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer.
Why is he back in the news?
He's back in the news because they have identified 2 new bodies credited to him.
Really? Are they gonna try him again?
I don't know if they're talking about it right now, but
He's not like he's ever getting out, is he?
No, he took a plea bargain. He had 49 convictions for aggravated first-degree murder.
Oh boy. So was he trying to avoid
The death penalty.
execution?
Yeah.
He wants num-nums. I think she means the cat, not the Green River Killer or whatever it is.
So he did get life without possibility of parole. But if you're not familiar with Mr. Ridgway,
Yes, tell us all about it.
he was born in 1949. He is currently 74 years old, and he is sitting in prison for life for his killings. He's in Washington State at Walla Walla, of all the places in the world you could be put, right?
Ah, Walla Walla.
Walla Walla.
Walla Walla, Washington.
So he was married, and he was very, very normal. I mean, this guy was the epitome of...
He was the epitome of the guy next door, right?
Yeah, he was.
I just glued my stapler
Okay.
just so that everybody knows that. I'm just sharing. Continue. I'm so sorry. You know, I can't help myself. If it pops in my head, sometimes it pops out of my mouth.
Okay, so yeah, he was in the military. He was, he served in the military, and he got married, and he was a pilot, and his life was just literally the textbook of normal. He lived in a house, 2.3 kids, picket fence, the whole 9 yards.
But wait, there's more.
But he had some deep-seated child mommy and daddy issues.
Clearly.
Daddy was a bus driver
Mm-hmm.
who complained about prostitutes.
Oh, so he had one of those things going on.
Yeah. And Mama, like a lot of serial killers, he wet the bed till he was like 12, 13, 14 years old. And his mom used to wash his genitals.
Please say it wasn't with bleach.
No, I don't think so, but she would wash them. And he had these like mixed feelings. He actually admitted to having mixed feelings of he fantasized about his mother, but he also wanted to kill her.
Well, that's got to be humiliating at 12 to have your mom scrubbing your junk, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So he had some issues. But you know, he has about just slightly higher than an average IQ in the 80s, but it's low, you know. But he was otherwise pretty much normal as far as when people looked at him. He was the guy that everybody went, not him. Gary's such a great guy.
Yeah, because he wanted to fly under the radar. We're going to look at that weirdo over there, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, this goes on the inside. Okay. So, this way. I'm okay.
So the first marriage fell apart because he couldn't keep it in his pants. He would go have sex with
Okay, so that's where that's going.
hireable women. And he contracted gonorrhea,
Yeah.
gave it to his wife,
Nice.
and continued to have unprotected sex. It angered him, but he continued to have unprotected relations with prostitutes.
Man.
So that marriage his first marriage ended in divorce because he cheated. Second marriage, he cheated.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Yeah. Third one, he found God.
Oh, no.
And he started proselytizing door to door and reading the Bible to his coworkers at work loudly.
Just one.
Yeah.
No.
So
Lot lizard.
he did have a child with the second one. He didn't have any kids with the first wife. He had a child with the second wife. And then when he married the third wife, I believe they had 2 daughters. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 2 daughters. But yeah, he like drove a minivan. He was totally normal. And he would pick women up and he would take them and he would have sex with them. And he admitted that the reason he killed them was because he didn't want to have to pay them.
Wow. So he didn't technically have a problem with women. He was a cheapskate.
He was cheap. Yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
So throughout the 80s and the 90s was his active period. And as weird and freaky as it is, he killed most of his victims in his own home.
Oh, wow. What, was his wife out and stuff?
When she would go to work and things like that, the kids were at school, she was at work. He would go and pick up a prostitute or run away, you know, or whatever. And he would bring them back to his home where he would kill them.
Hmm.
Usually by strangulation. He would basically put them in a chokehold and kill them. Then he would...
That's pretty ballsy in your own home when you're married, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how are you explaining that shit if your wife gets home early?
hire a
Okay, and
bully.
what kind of job was he at where he was at home during the day?
He worked as a pilot.
Oh, okay. So this is when he was at home, like not working.
Right.
His days off and stuff.
So when he was not working and the wife was gone, she was at work or whatever, he would kill them. Now, most of the bodies he just took into secluded areas and dropped them in the woods.
Right.
But some of them he buried in the backyard
Oh, that's lovely.
so that he could go back and visit.
Duh. I'm assuming you mean more than stare at.
Yeah, well,
A lot of them do, though. When they pick a site that's, off the beaten path, so to speak, not a lot of people go in your backyard. But some of them pick sites in the woods and stuff where they can go revisit.
So,
Not creepy at all.
yes, he was into necrophilia, but it wasn't his jam. It was just easier than, having to find another victim and kill them.
I'm telling you right now, I'm with Carla. Necrophilia, ew, but proselytizing, no. It's my least favorite thing. You can have all the faith you want. Please stop talking to me about it.
Right? So he did commit acts of necrophilia. He did admit to that. But he said he didn't enjoy it.
What was he going to say? It was the best time ever.
Yeah, well. So he would take his victims and he would dump them in secluded places, sometimes even in Oregon, as a way of trying to not have that as part of the body count. So convicted of 48 crimes, 48 murders.
Uh-huh.
But he admitted to over 60.
And there's no reason to believe he's trying to inflate that number for ego reasons or anything, right?
Right. So one of the things that the investigators did to try and, figure out who he was during the investigation is they actually spoke with Ted Bundy.
Really?
Yeah, they sat down and had some conversations with him, and they kind of gave him some information and said, who are we looking for? What kind of a person are we looking for?
Right.
And Ted Bundy actually gave them some pretty accurate information.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Like, I gotta wonder, do they have like a serial killers Facebook group?
I'm sure they consult any number of them on different types of crimes.
Yeah.
And that's why they do all those surveys and questionnaires and interviews. They're trying to perfect, narrowing down what kind of person is committing. Is this an organized person? Is this somebody who has a family? Are they unlikely to have a family? How much risk is somebody like this willing to take? The psychology of it is very interesting,
Yeah. But it was Bundy who told them, if you find a fresh dump,
Watch it.
watch it, because he'll come back to have sex with that victim.
They're very polite about it on like the documentaries and stuff or the crime shows. That's why they call it revisiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So,
it's not bad enough you raped and
he
murdered
was
your
arrested.
daughter, but also
He then violated the remains. So he was arrested in 82 and then again in 2001 on charges of prostitution. But it wasn't until 1983 that he actually kind of became a suspect.
Mhm.
But he passed a polygraph in 84.
You can cheat those if you know how.
Yeah.
Or
And
if
then
you're just a very even-keeled person.
And then they decided in 87 they would take some blood and samples and things like that from him. And they did.
Ew, Carla. How do you even know that? So you can be a necrophiliac and not be on the sex offender list.
Yeah.
Ew.
So,
but that makes sense. I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it.
so now his wife,
Another
he was
call.
actually apprehended in 2001, and in 2002, his third wife divorced him.
I'm sensing a pattern. Wasn't that one of the traits? They can't keep interpersonal relationships, so they don't have girlfriends or wives for very long.
Right.
That's quite unusual.
Yep.
You find one that's been married for 36 years or something, you know?
Yeah.
I was going to have more, but I was a good girl. I sat with it for a minute. And then I didn't eat another piece.
Good girl.
I'm good.
I know.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. And I'm
In this
surprised.
instance,
I'm surprised you're behaving over Marco's Pizza because you like Marco's Pizza.
it's one of the better pizzas we've ever had. It's my current favorite. I'm not saying there's not better pizza out there, but for right here, it's head over heels over.
Papa John's.
Yeah, because that's actually my least favorite. It's like Pizza Hut, Papa John's. I'll never eat Little Caesars. Please don't make me go to Chuck E. Cheese. But Marco's has moved to the top of the list.
Okay.
I went to the potty. I'll be right back.
Okay. So he did get married, and he kind of slowed down at that point, but he still admitted to killing during the third marriage. Even, doing the Bible thumping thing, he was still regularly terminating lives, unaliving people. So it was years later in 2001, the end of 2001, when they actually tested the DNA samples and stuff that they had gotten from him in 1987. And that is when they got the proof that they needed that he was, in fact, the killer of so many women. So he was working painting trucks, like 18-wheelers at the time, and they came in and they arrested him. Could you go away?
Can't do it.
So originally he was arrested for 4 murders. Just 4. And then after they did some more forensic information, they were able to put 3 more on him. So he ended up with 7. And that they got from on their bodies, there was microscopic spray paint flecks. And it was only used by the Kenworth Trucking Company, which was the company he worked for. So so they were able to tie him to those 3 as well. So that brought up his body count to 7. So in August of 2003, they moved him from maximum security to a minimum security jail because they were getting a plea bargain together for him that would keep him from, having to face the death penalty in return for confessions to the Green River Killer murders. So in November of 2003, he pled guilty to 48 counts of aggravated first-degree murder. And he explained that he had killed all of his victims inside of King County, Washington. and that he had dumped other women outside.
So that has something to do with like interstate transport or something, right?
Yes, but because he killed them in King County in Washington, and
Yeah.
then he transported them, it's a different type of charge. Whereas if he had transported them and then killed them, then there would have been
That's
kidnapping.
more serious, right?
Well,
That's
yeah, because they would have added federal, that opens up federal jurisdiction because you're crossing state lines, but they would have also added kidnapping charges.
Okay.
So he saved himself from that and not having to appear in a federal court. Because even though he got life, the federal system could have taken him and fined for the kidnapping and the crossing state lines, the federal charges, if they could prove that he took living bodies across state lines and then unalived them there.
Unalived. Chuck E. Cheese's for pedophiles and desperate parents. Like, I don't understand. Do children not have taste buds?
Eee. So the district attorney, the prosecuting attorney, was kind of, questioned. Like, why did you take a plea deal with this guy? And his answer was simple. They could have prosecuted him and they had plenty of evidence to convict him on 7 murders. But then that's 41 other families that wouldn't know.
Wouldn't have the closure.
They wouldn't have gotten the bodies because some of the bodies had never been found.
Right.
So by doing the plea deal and having him confess to all of the murders, he then actually took the police out after the conviction, after the everything was agreed upon. He actually took the police out and showed them where he put all the bodies. Which brings us to the 2 bodies that have recently been discovered.
Where were they discovered at?
In King County, in an area that he was not known to have frequented.
Okay. So that makes it a good dump site.
Right. One of them was a 20-some-year-old African-American woman who disappeared on Christmas Eve.
Aw.
And the other one was a 15-year-old runaway from Alaska.
Well, damn.
Now, he had gone to that area and kind of did the whole, I think they're over there.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't find anything.
Okay.
He was about a half a mile off.
Do you think that was deliberate or just memory?
I think it was probably just memory. He couldn't even remember their names.
Oh, boy.
So it was recently that some hikers were in the area and they came across the 2 bodies. And based on who they were, the time that they disappeared, because obviously there was no real forensic evidence left over.
Right.
Because at this point, they're skeletal remains.
Right.
But based on where he had taken them and kind of said, I think it's this area, the amount of time that had passed since the coroner decided that they had been murdered, the fact that there was no gunshots or stab wounds, which says it's probably, suffocation or strangulation. They were able to say that these 2 victims were, in fact, victims of Gary Ridgway.
Interesting. So he's obviously been open to talking about his crimes if he's.
He does. He willingly talks about them. He's talked to he willingly talked to the people that produced the movie about him.
Yeah.
And he normally he would be compensated for his life story, you know, kind of thing.
But they can't make money off their crimes, right?
But they cannot make money off their crimes. So what Gary Ridgway did is he said, you know, donate the money to the families of the victims. He's still a psychopath.
Well, yes. And that could be just another way to kind of.
It's an attempt to garner sympathy.
Do you think he feels at all sorry for what he's done? Or that just that he got caught?
Honestly, I don't even think he's sorry that he got caught. I think that his psychopathy is that he knows there's something wrong with him, because he even admitted that some of his later victims he buried to avoid coming back and committing necrophilia. So he knows there's something wrong with him,
But he can't stop himself.
But he can't stop himself, and he's plain out said, I can never go back into society, because if I go back into society,
I have to do it again.
I would do it again. And
At
again and again and
74.
again.
That's an interesting juxtaposition with his age now, you know?
Yeah. Like what could
he's
he do now?
74. But, you know, Ted Bundy got away with it wearing a cast and arm and leg, you know?
And one of the things that Ridgway used to do was show pictures of his son.
Which made people feel more comfortable because he was a dad, and dads won't hurt you, right?
Right. So that was one of the ways that he would lure like teenagers, like the runaways and stuff.
Right.
That's how he would get them to go with him. He'd be talking about the Bible and he'd show them pictures of his son. And, you know, I've got a teenage boy at home about your age, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I understand. And next thing you know, he's raping him and strangling him. So he has said that he has murdered over 60 women. And what they have confirmed is 49.
So there's still some victims probably out there somewhere.
Yes, but there's only one that has not been identified.
Yeah.
That they are crediting to him, but all of the others have been identified, and all of them were basically under the age of, except for the last ones. The very last ones were the only older ones, but all of them were basically under the age of 25. A lot of them were children, like 15, 16, 17.
Right.
His youngest victim
Bless
was,
you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Good gravy. His youngest victim was 14.
Oh, okay.
And you know, he had openly admitted that as far as he was concerned,
Bless
bless you. Killing was his career. He has said that.
Yeah.
Um,
He had jobs, but killing was his career.
yes. Now, the task force that investigated him, that suspected him and arrested him and everything, he has not been charged with, but is suspected in murdering 6 other victims.
Bless you.
Bless you. Thank you. But these victims were not part of his confession. Like he actually sat there and went, I killed so-and-so, and I killed so-and-so, and I killed so-and-so. And I'm sure that was, you know, after they sat there and they showed him picture after picture after picture after picture of missing women and said, this is Jane Doe, do you know,
After a while, he might have just said yes to make them stop
well,
asking him shit.
but when he confessed, he looked at the picture and he went, yeah, I killed her. And this is
Okay.
where I left her body. Because he knew.
For the most part, right?
Yeah. So if they had, if they'd recovered Jane Doe, they were able to go, okay, he says he did it and he knew where the body was, generally where it had been dropped. So we're going to credit him with this one. We're going to credit this one to him and this one to him and this one to him. This one he says he doesn't recognize. So we're going to take that one out.
Right.
But there are 6 other women that they think he killed, but they have not been able to
Find the body or get him to remember them or whatever.
He's not admitting to those.
Okay. Adria, usually they dig a shallow grave and cover it with debris. They conceal it, they just don't bury it fully. Or they keep it someplace like, an attic or garage or temporarily. I'm done. Sorry.
What was that?
That's what I've read.
No, I was asking, what is that sound? Is that
I'm not making any sound.
okay? Because I'm getting a bad audio.
I got nothing going on in here. What does it sound like to you
Like static.
now?
No.
I'm sorry. I other than moving some stuff around on my desk, I don't have anything electronic going on in here.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It went away. Okay, so there are 6 other women that he could be, and then there's yet 6 more that are like they're missing persons they fit his victimology.
Yeah.
And so there's a possibility, but they either don't have, they didn't have current pictures, or the bodies have not been found, but these are women that disappeared in the area.
Right.
And so again, that was one of those things where he went, well, I think I put them there. But he was not, there were other locations other than the one where the 2 bodies had been found. There were other locations where he had gone and said, well, I think I threw some bodies over here. And they went, no, we didn't find anything. And, that is not to say, because a thing about predators is, and I'm talking animal predators, 4-legged kind, the quadrupeds. If there's a dead body laying there, they'll scavenge that.
And pieces might go other places.
Right. But if you put multiples there, they're less likely to come in and scavenge that. Because the smell of death is too strong. The decomp is too strong.
So they stay away because they don't want to have to differentiate with that strong a smell what's fresh and what isn't.
Right. So they'll tend to stay away from that.
So that's a lesson for anybody that wants a body dispersed. Single drop in an area with predators. And most of the body over time will get dragged away to different spots. Not that we want you to murder people.
So there you go. That's your serial killer of the week. Now, next week, I thought maybe for a little bit different, maybe we'll do one out of Europe.
Ooh, something outside of the continental U.S.
Yes, there are some very interesting ones in Europe.
Cool.
With really great names, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Are we going to get some basil weights and stuff?
No, I mean like the vampire of
Oh,
Green-
they have. Okay, I get it. Instead of the Green River Killer because he killed along the Green River, it's a little more imaginative.
yeah, they step up a little bit.
Like you're on a 1940s radio. Oh, could just be my audio shits again. It's been a little while since I restarted my computer. Before we come on next week, I'll make sure I restart it right before. I'm really just inking things and gluing things down.
And eventually I will go over Jack the Ripper with you guys, but you know, I have to keep Jack close to my heart right now.
She's a Ripper file.
Hey, maybe one of these weeks we can get Alex to come over and tell you all about the Black Dahlia.
That's her jam, right?
Oh, she loves that one.
She's like, thanks for the story.
Now everybody sleep well.
How long have we been on? Are we ready to quit?
No, I was just saying, you know, now that you've all heard the mystery.
Sweet dreams, little guys. Hope you get good rest tonight.
Sleep well.
There's nothing in your closet or under your bed, we promise.
Wink, wink. Oh.
Slowly giving them names here.
This is so cute.
What is it?
The paper that I got for the kitties.
Are you sharing it with us or is it
No.
secret for now?
It's secret.
Well, that's rude to tell us it's so cute and then put it away. How wooed.
Okay, fine. Look, there.
Wow. Somebody's feeling sassy.
I'm sassy today.
God. And apparently 4 years old.
Carla does not have a favorite serial killer. There's just too many to choose from. See,
Well, you can like different ones for different reasons, you know?
yeah, I like Jack for the mystery
Because you'll never really know.
because you'll never really
Hear
know.
about
Everybody
that
has a
for-
theory.
100 years to come and 100 years beyond that.
I have a theory,
Of course.
and there is solid evidence for my theory, but there's solid evidence for everybody's theory. So, you know, a case could be made for my theory. A case could be made for people that say it was the Grand Duke. It could be for, you know, the artist. It could be for the butcher. Everybody has, you know, a suspect and they have a good case for it.
But we'll never know unless somebody wrote down somewhere, you know, I did it
Right.
as a pile of evidence with it. It can be genetically linked, you know. Well, and I think a lot of people too like that period in time. So it's, you know, partially the association, partially the mystery.
Oh, yeah.
That's my opinion, of course.
I actually had somebody ask me one time why Sherlock Holmes didn't solve it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I might be getting a little bit of your reality and your fiction mixed up.
Right
two-
time period. Yes, Henry Lee Lucas was a very interesting case as well.
Yeah.
But yes, next week we'll talk about one from Europe, and then maybe I'll share the Ripper with you guys. I don't know.
Maybe you should save that for Easter.
We'll do it on a holiday.
For anybody not going on an egg hunt, come and learn about Elsa's pet theory on Jack the Ripper. Happy Easter. Enjoy your ham.
Right? Oh. Yeah, literally, I had somebody one time ask me why they didn't just have Sherlock Holmes investigate it and solve the case.
And what did you say to that person after you were finished slapping them around?
I was like, well, if Sherlock had been a living, breathing human being, but he was. No, he wasn't. He was a
And he was Benedict Cumberbatch, too.
Right?
Or Robert Downey Jr., whatever your favorite one is,
Robert Downey Jr. He's making a new one.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Oh, good gravy.
Okay, what do I want this person's name to be?
Adria, how do you not know about Jack the Ripper?
Oh, my God.
That is the most famous unsolved murders in the world. And by the way, there's more than the Conical Five.
Yeah, I heard there were other victims that just didn't make it into
history. But there were actually 12 victims of the Ripper.
I'm going to say both these ladies were teachers.
Because let's put it this way, no serial killer starts off by eviscerating his victim right off the bat.
Nope, you kind of build up to that.
You build up to that.
You can usually see it in the victimology, how they escalated. Started out small and got much more. And they went from tentative to very sure, and you could see where they were testing out different things for their ideal scenario.
Oh, so you've heard the name, you just don't know all the details. Well, we'll talk about the details. I'll tell you guys about it because I'm actually going to be making a Jack the Ripper book. I'm going to make a journal, and so we'll do the whole case.
Well, do you want to do it here then, or do you want to do it when you do your journal?
No, I'll do it here.
Okay.
I figure it'll take me
So third week of January, or are you looking at February?
probably February. But I know it'll take me probably 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 shows to finish the book.
Okay.
6. So we'll talk about Jack for a while. But even H.H. Holmes was at one point suggested to have been Jack the Ripper.
But the timeline didn't match up. I know a lot of people who believed that. But
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
That was when more people believed all the shenanigans about that hotel.
Well, that's the thing. Like I watch, and this, I watch a lot of true crime, and I watch a lot of historic crime, and every time an investigator starts talking about H.H. Holmes, and they're like, well, he was America's first serial killer, and he had the murder mansion, and well, I have to put in the comments, I have to go, first off,
Look, dumbass.
none of that crap that you're saying is true. He was not America's first serial killer. He was not actually a serial killer. It was
fraud, right?
In order to be a serial killer, you must have killed 3 people.
Ooh, that's all?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I know what I want to do with my senior years. I could get in at least 3, don't you think? On sheer surprise.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to have killed 3 people, and there's a certain timeline for it.
Oh, I need to do some research. I think I found my solution to my senior years. serial killer, and then I can go to jail and get some medical care.
Yeah, be well taken care of. Because they don't want you to die on them.
And female serial killers are rare, so probably not as rare as people think they are.
Photos out of copyright. Yes, they are out of copyright.
Jack the Ripper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to get lots of fodder for.
That is all public domain at this point.
That's good for you.
But none of the stuff that they said, because you have to kill 3 victims within a certain period of time in order to be considered a serial killer, or have a specific victimology, and he didn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that they say he killed, he didn't actually kill. They said he killed people that later turned up and went, "What do you mean? I'm not dead."
But it was harder to track people down back then, you know?
Right.
He could have just said Bob from next door, who he knew moved to Texas, that he murdered him because he knew that he'd probably never see Bob again and nobody would, you know?
Right.
My cousin turns up and go, but he lives in Tupelo, you know?
Yeah.
Jody. Is that the last one?
So, yeah. So, you know, you've got those things, and I always, and then the murder castle
was just an unfinished hotel. The floor level that they give for the site of most of the murders and hidden stuff was never even finished.
Yeah, and yes, in the basement he did have a huge kiln, and he had
but he was also stealing cadavers, right?
Yeah, but
For
that's
medical
what he
research?
was doing. He was stealing bodies from graveyards, bringing them back to the hotel in the basement, and he was defleshing, and then he was boiling the bones, rearticulating them, and selling them to schools and anatomists and things like that.
That's how I'm going to do it, Carl. I'm going to invite people over for tea and poison them.
Yeah. Yes, female serial killers usually deal in poison. They don't.
I'm going to move every 2 years, and then I'm going to murder somebody and move again.
They don't technically, most, with certain exceptions. Eileen Wuornos comes to mind.
Yeah, she stabbed people, right?
Stabbed and shot.
I think that had more to do with her profession, though, than I think it was more of a necessity. It's harder to poison people in a truck.
Well, she also bludgeons somebody too. So, but her murders, I think, were really just opportunity.
Yeah. I've read a little bit about her. I didn't watch the movie that they made, but I heard that it was almost like 90% was all opportunity.
Right.
She decided kind of in the moment, I'm off in the sky.
Yes, Carla Faye Tucker's another. But you know, we'll talk about them. We'll talk about all of them because they're all interesting in their own way. You got that noise again.
It's not me. It's not anything I'm specifically doing. I'm just trying to give names and crimes to people.
All right, Julia says, how does one rearticulate a skeleton with Fabri-Tac?
Wire.
Wire. You drill tiny little holes in the bones, and then you fish it, wire through it, and you put it all back together.
The aliens are trying to get, yeah. The mothership is here. Hers was acts of passion. Yeah. So she was a little bit out of her mind. Pull those antennas out. Signal the mothership. Signal the mothership.
Coming home. We're coming home.
Does everybody have their Kool-Aid? You need your Kool-Aid to get home. And your Nikes or Adidas, whatever it was.
Adidas.
Adidas. You need your Adidas or you're not going home.
All right. That's all I have for you.
Well, if you're ready, it's been about an hour and a half. That's a pretty good live for a Monday night.
So I'm ready. I got to get back to working on some stuff. And Amy's got stuff that she's working on. Just uncover her bed again.
Well, I moved stuff so I could do the serial killer.
I know, but now you need to unmove the stuff so that you can sleep in the bed.
And you hear they are beaming cat video. Oh, great. They're going to think that we're ruled by cats.
Awesome.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, some of us are.
Speak for yourself, woman.
Some of us are ruled by cats. All right. That's it. That's all I got. We are going to be on Amy's channel next week. That link is in the description box below. So if you do not regularly go over there, make sure that you grab that link because this video is not being recorded. At least not on StreamYard. I believe it still appears on YouTube.
It goes into your YouTube.
Yeah.
Where it lives until you delete it.
So there is a link in the description box below that's going to get you over to Hags Hollow for next week. And we will see you, 5 to 6-ish.
Mondays are a little iffy for us. Sometimes that's errand day. So bear with us. We will be on, I promise.
We just may not be,
at 5:15 like we want to.
Yeah.
We really do try. I'm telling you, we try.
We'll shoot for it.
Doesn't always work out that way.
But you know what? This is real life.
And that's as real as it gets. So we hope to see you again next week for a new edition of Murder Monday.
Well, yeah, and a whole new serial killer.
And I will not be working on this page next week, I promise.
Oh, thank God.
I'll be working on this page. This one here. Next door.
Oh.
Or another one. So just real quick, I'm adding the names and the crimes, and then I'm going to outline the names and the peoples. And then I'm adding this piece as a flip up right here. Because these are all killings related to dun, 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 the Cosmic Campground. They chose the wrong place to camp. And then this is what's on the flip up part right here. Creepy? No? Okay. Anyway, that's where I'm going with that page. And that's the end of me. Go ahead and do the outro.
That's it. That's all we got. So check out the community tab here on the YouTube channel. Make sure that you figure out what I got going on in my digital life. If you're new and you didn't get a chance to talk, I apologize, but subscribe. Nothing's going to walk on your face, crawl in your ear, up your nose. You're not going to have bad luck, good luck, or anything else for that matter. You're just going to make two fat ladies pretty happy.
Hey, can I make an offer?
Sure.
If any of you knows a case or love a serial killer, not love like I'm in love with Jeffrey Dahmer, but you know something really well, you're passionate about a specific serial killer or a set of cases, you can guest on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be happy to have you.
We would love
or
to have.
Or you know somebody that we don't want to murder already, Send them our way. We would love to have some guests on. We're happy to have somebody who's passionate about or has a lot of information they want to share about serial killers or murder in general, because it is Murder Monday. It doesn't have to be serial killers. We can study individual cases too.
Yes,
for sure. That's all I got. I just thought of that.
Okay. So check us out. Go over and check out Hags Hollow. If you have not subscribed over there, make sure you press that button. Slap her around. She likes it.
Or if you want to learn about a serial killer, you can do it book report style for us. Just get in touch and pick your killer.
Yeah.
or your victim.
You don't know one? We could suggest.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all we got. Until we see you again, stay well, our friends.
Bye bye. Love you, Dee.
Bye,
And
guys.
bye.